Yeah, we're live. Oh. I think right now we have like three people in. Hi, hi, DG, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, alright. Okay, so let's just wait. Let me see if people are joining in already for the group. People have not joined in. I'm still waiting. Okay, alright. I know that very few people are like that. Okay, so I think I did. We can start. So, welcome, guys. Today we'll be talking on crafting a winning resume. We have the privilege of having our senior data scientist, Deji Ajayi. So today, like I don't know how many people are, are on now. I don't know how many people joined the last session we had, which was on just my data story and how far where I am at, okay, where I started and all. And okay, I think from there we shared some tips on yeah how you can optimize your profile, building your resume, getting jobs. Like yeah. Well, today we are going to be expanding on that with the help of IDG. So IDG, please can you just take the stage, introduce yourself, and let's just get it started because we are just planning to have it 1 hour, so we don't take a lot of time on this. Yeah, so we can have time for questions and all.
All right. Hey guys. How you guys doing? My name is Ayodeji Ajayi. I'm a senior data scientist, MLAI engineer. I'll be giving us some tips and updates on our CV, LinkedIn, and optimizing ourselves um in the job market. So firstly, I would want us to um start with LinkedIn. Um, So I'll share my screen, then I'll just walk us through. So let me share my entire screen. Share screen, systems. Um, Entire screen. So I can't tell if it's sharing already. Let me try again. Share. Um, Let me use a different browser. Have it open on to.
Hi, Dubi. I think you should mute one of them.
Yeah, I mistakenly put it on to have two webcams. Present share screen. I guess that works. Toby, can you verify if it works? Toby, I'll assume it works. So yeah, I'll just get started. Toby, can you confirm if my screen is sharing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you verify if my screen is sharing?
Your screen is not sharing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Your
Let me.
screen is sharing. Your screen is not sharing. I'm coming. Let me see.
Are you sure it's not? Okay, it is
Okay,
now.
yeah, it's sharing now.
All right, so I'll start off with LinkedIn. Um, so like off the bat, one thing we have to understand is what LinkedIn is for. LinkedIn is for making connections, meaningful connections. So I mean, if you're on LinkedIn, you have to know why you are on LinkedIn. I mean, you could connect with people who you have similar interests with, so you could learn. You could also learn on LinkedIn, and then you could also be looking forward to get a job. So I think those are the two points of views for me. And then you could also be looking to, should I say, share knowledge with other people. So those are the three types of people I assume are here. So if you are looking forward to connecting with people, to learn from them, to understand a lot of things and have network with people with your field, then you can just go ahead and then go to your connections. So in your connections, you would see people with like people you may know. So I attended Lamarck University. So you notice you see a lot of people who attended your school. I am in a machine learning community. So there are a lot of people in that same community. So here you could follow with people with similar interests. But if you're looking forward to employment, you need to connect with people who can add value to you. So how do you do that? Um, you have to stop should I say connecting, because every week on LinkedIn you have 100 connections. So instead of connecting with people who graduated at Lamarck University, like um, this person has nothing to offer me, this person has nothing to offer me. I'm not even a digital marketer, so this person has nothing to offer me. So you go to your search bar and you search for um you could search for data analyst, and you have to notice the writing style. So and in higher caps, then hiring. So if I search for data analyst and hiring, I would see post jobs people groups. So when I go to people, I see 9,200 people who have something to do with data analyst. So this is data analyst, project manager, hiring manager. So if you're on LinkedIn Premium, you have a button called actively hiring. So when I switch to actively hiring, everybody I see is a hiring manager. I have 475 hiring managers. So they all have hiring, hiring. Even if they don't have, you could tell they're hiring, they're hiring, they're hiring. So literally everybody here is hiring. So I could just, I mean, I've connected with a few of them already. You could just, let me say, Andrew Five, Andrew Five. So Andrew Five is hiring at Get Ground. So you could connect with him and leave a note. So let's say, hello, Andrew. Then write your connection message. You could say something like, um, I was looking through LinkedIn and I saw your profile, and I would um love to join your connection because I see you have meaningful connections. Blah blah blah. Um, you start with your role like, okay, I'm a data scientist at Mitchell and Anthony. Um, I was looking through LinkedIn, so I saw your profile, and I'm impressed by the network you have. I'm looking forward to connect if you'll be able to share insights on any job opportunities you may have. Best regards, Ayodeji Ajayi. Then you send that. So that's a sent connection. So when he receives that, he sees it in his connections, then adds you back. So he could either add you back and air you, or add you back and reach out. Either way is a win-win because now you have this person in your connection. So anytime you choose to post something like, "Oh, I worked on this week," the people in your connections will see it. So that hiring manager will see what you're doing. So let's say you have connected with about 200, 300, 400 hiring managers and you drop a post. A lot of hiring managers are going to see that post and you could just get lucky, which is one. Two is that you could easily just get somebody to respond to you like with an opportunity. For example, if you look through my messages, they are like all of them here are hiring managers. I don't really have conversations with people who um can't, should I say, they don't have anything to offer me. I connect with hiring managers, I talk to hiring managers. This is a hiring manager, he has a role for me. This is a hiring manager, has a role for me. This is a hiring manager. It's great to have connected with you, your profile. And all I needed to do was just reach out, connect with the recruiter. Hello, this is who I am. This is what I do, and I will be open to connect. So from there, you could just, okay, I'll help you to get your CV out, send it to Emily. So that way you could just, instead of, I mean, there's no problem applying. I apply as well, but I feel like you need to put all your cards on the table. You need to apply for jobs. You need to, should I say, reach out to recruiters, because what happens is that when there is a job, there are hiring managers, and then there are people who apply to the job. So let's say 100 people apply to this job, 100 CVs are on the table. Then there is you. You didn't apply for that job. The hiring manager reached out to you. Whether you like it or not, you have an edge over those people because now you are able to communicate with that hiring manager. Because you just sent out that application, but you don't even know who the hiring manager is. You probably wrote a cover letter, hey, um, blah blah blah. This is what I can do for you. Their hiring manager, you don't even know the hiring manager's name, but this is a hiring manager. I talked to him. Thank you for getting back to me in terms of salary. La 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 la. Schedule a meeting. La 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 la. I told him I'm not available, unfortunately. La, la, la. So you'll be able to talk to these people who could actually, should I say, be of value to you. Because I'm not LinkedIn to see somebody post about SQL or post about Python or post about AI. I'm on LinkedIn to find opportunities. So in my feed, I can easily just see recruiters. This is a recruiter because I've connected with so many of them, so many recruiters. So I see a lot of recruiters on my feed, and a lot of times I just see the recruiter post. It's okay. Let's say data analyst and hiring. You could as well go to posts. When you go to posts, you see a lot of people who have posted something, let's say the past 24 hours. something about data analyst and hiring in the same sentence. So hiring information system analyst at Palladium Group. Da, 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 da. Like once you keep scrolling, you find a lot of people who are hiring. So this is we're hiring multiple freshers below hiring 2023. I mean, I don't know why data analysts look like this. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities for beginners here, apparently, because I'm seeing experience 0 to 1 year. I mean, yours may not look like that. It may look like 5 years, 10 years, that kind of thing. But I think data analysts have a lot of openings. So here you see Deloitte is hiring. I hope that's correct. Deloitte is hiring Power Ops developer, data analyst, scrum master, data scientist. But like you won't know all these things because you are just searching for jobs on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn would tend to not give you the, should I say, I think LinkedIn will not really give you what you need. They will give you what you need, but you need to search. So you could just come to your search, go to data analyst and hiring posts. Most of the posts you see there are somebody posting hiring alerts for entry level. A company in the United States is looking for a front end engineer, a data analyst. Then you could just send a message to the person. This is somebody that can add value to you. So these are the kind of people you should be connecting with because he's hiring. If you're connecting with me, I don't know what you want to use me for. I don't have anything to offer you. So you connecting with me, you are wasting one of your 100 connects a week. I don't connect to people anymore. I connect to people who can hire. You understand? Then there is um should I say should I say when I look for jobs as well, my search is always because I mean a lot of people get jobs in the United States and in the United Kingdom and all that, but a lot of those things have wasted my time because applications don't take time, but stacked, you've wasted a lot of times applying to. I mean, yes, you could apply even though you are not. There's a difference between applying when you're not confident. Then there's a difference between applying where you won't even get the interview because some companies state you must be in United States to get the job. I mean, you can see that, but then you still apply with faith. Faith is not going to work because there's a reason you have to have tax numbers and da 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 and just like so many things. So there are companies who hire, like there are countries that hire. Let's say, for example, the EMEA region. So you could just go to EMEA, like let's say data analyst, then EMEA. So there are 7,206 jobs. I mean, data analysts, you guys are flexing because you guys have a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I always apply filters. So date posted has to be in the past week. That's one. The experience level you could just leave it on site or remote. Remote. Then there's one thing I always do. I mean, what I do first, I like to apply to the best ones first. So I come to the filter and I search under 10 applicants. So, and why is that? Because if there are under 10 applicants at that job posting, I mean, there's a higher chance of your application being viewed because this job has 2 applicants. This one has 7 applicants. This one has, I don't know why it showed me 113. That's shocking. Maybe the job listing is booming or whatever. So that's odd. But I mean, it's just meant to show you less than 10 applicants. So most of those jobs you see, okay, 7 applicants, online data analyst. Then plus the combination of all these filters, this is most likely going to be a job that doesn't require you to be at any location. You could as well just be wherever you want to be. It will be a global opportunity, and then there are just 4 applicants, senior data analysts, fully remote, 12-month contracts. So if there are 4 applicants, I mean, definitely your own is going to be viewed. That's how I see it. Then from there, I could just remove the under 10 applicants, then just apply to the rest after that set. After that set. So yeah, those are the um first ones on LinkedIn. Then I could just say optimize your profile. Um, it matters. The first thing people see is going to be your profile. So here I just packed a lot of things. So machine learning engineer, I have certificates, so I put them there. Um, my skills: Python, TensorFlow, AWS, large language models, SQL, Kubernetes, and CI/CD. Then I mean, there's something we need to add here. I've not added it yet because I was looking to um get a perfect CV, and that's just flawed because there's no such thing as a perfect CV. Your CV can look great, but there's no perfect CV because different companies are looking for different traits. So you trying to get a profile that fits every description is wrong. So you should more or less have, should I say, streamline your CV to the job you're applying for. So you could there's you applying for jobs, like just applying in bulk, 50 jobs, 60 jobs, 70 jobs. You just sat down that day and applying. Then there is a difference between you sitting down and actually applying. You look at the job roles, you could go to ChatGPT, you could go to anywhere, but you streamline your CV to, should I say, match that company's profile down. Okay, this company uses these tools, because you can't come now and this company says they use R, and then I mean I do it, but not anymore. You can't. This company says they use R. Then you are talking about how you used Python for. What you use Python for is none of my business, because we don't use Python in my company. You go to a company where they don't use Spark, and on your CV you are talking about Spark. The company uses GCP. You are talking about AWS. I mean, it's very, very funny. So you would see on some people's CV, they will say something like Python, R, this. You know everything. You are God. It's fine. But like on my profile now, you can tell I didn't write AWS, Azure, and GCP. I said AWS because I use AWS. So any company that uses GCP might not want to reach out to me, which is fine. But any company that uses AWS will reach out to me. But you know who won't reach out to me? Nobody reach out to me if I put AWS, GCP, Azure on my profile, because that's just cap. Like it just makes you look should I say unrealistic, like you are just lying. If you enter your profile now, you are writing every skill in this life. So I mean, that's not smart. So you have to know your field and then apply to your field. You can also apply aimlessly and do it. I won't tell you not to, but don't have too many expectations or have expectations. Then I mean, statistically, um, you shouldn't give up when you've applied 100 times and you only got one interview. Statistically, that's very normal. So there are a lot of people who apply 100 times and get nothing back. So, and this is not just for people aimlessly applying. These are people who actually worked on their CVs, applied for these jobs, hundreds of jobs, and only got like 3 interviews. So statistically, you need to not look at it as a, oh, I'm not getting interviews. Trust me, it's everybody. Like it's everybody. And you also need to like do the right things as well, because you could also be doing rubbish. So this is my profile. I want to add a featured part, so you could add a featured. I don't even know where it is. Um, but it's somewhere there. Add featured, and I'll add my CV on my um LinkedIn. So this is my profile. I didn't work too hard on this. I won't tell you to copy mine. This is just me expressing myself. I work with product managers to design and implement NLP features. So like this is what I'm saying. Um, ML engineers don't just work on NLP. There's computer vision, there's machine learning, there's NLP, there's robotics, there's so many things. So imagine I come here now and start capping. I worked with computer vision, I worked with NLP, I worked with robotics, I worked with, you look very stupid. But as I've said, I worked with NLP. It's fine that computer vision companies won't reach out to me. But I mean, when the NLP company reaches out to me, they know I'm not a clown. So that's just it. Please don't look like a clown. Then my experience, just try to, you need to sit down and do all these things. It's a lot. it didn't happen in one day, but like you have to do it. You have to make your profile look very good. There's no other way. You can't look like a clown. The only see there are a lot of people who their profiles don't look so good, and that's because they are accomplished already. When I'm in later on in my life, I won't put this much effort on my LinkedIn when I'm already like I've achieved in life. So why do I need to work on my LinkedIn? So don't look at somebody who has made it. Because some people they will show me somebody's profile. Oh, this person is working at Microsoft, but his profile is not like this. So if I was working in Microsoft, will I be putting effort to my LinkedIn? You understand? So you can't not be working at Microsoft and then not be putting effort to your profile. So don't be a clown. Let's you have to write that down. Don't be a clown. I have certifications is just to make the should I say profile look better. I've taken a lot of them, a lot of them. So I just have them there. So it's just to make my profile look very good, very approachable. That when somebody comes here, they could just send me a text like, "Hey, I saw your profile. Your profile looks nice." You understand? "Hey, I saw your profile. Your profile looks nice. We'll be open to whatever." Because if I was let's say this for example, um if my profile didn't look nice, I won't this person will reach out to me. "Hi, I was looking through your profile. I have an MA opportunity. I process." So if my profile didn't look like this, if it looked like the guy in Microsoft that has made it, that guy will reach out to me because there will be nothing there. So yeah, you have to catch the attention of people. You need to put a background picture. You need to put a clear picture. Um, a picture that looks formal. Doesn't necessarily need to be too formal. You could literally wear trad or something, but you just need to look formal. No selfies, no none of that. Then yeah, then I have a portfolio, but you don't necessarily need to link to a portfolio. You could use GitHub, and you could do this as well. This is very fine, but if you don't have too much, should I say, you don't have too much strength, because not everybody can actually do stuff like this. I didn't build it from scratch. It was a template, but because very 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 early in my life, I used to do like web development and stuff. So I have a bit of an advantage when it comes to editing templates and setting up stuff and all that. So you don't necessarily need to do this. You could just go to GitHub. If you can make your GitHub look nice, it can serve as a portfolio. Honestly, if my LinkedIn just okay, this is my portfolio, your website links you to this. This is very very presentable. It's not just my LinkedIn is for keeping your projects, but my LinkedIn is not just for keeping my projects. It's to also make me look very 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 professional. You understand? So I have blogs where I write. I've not started writing. I've just been gathering the write-ups because I don't want to have pauses in when I post. I want to be posting like every 2 days. So I'm just gathering the write-ups. Then Twitter, LinkedIn, you set it up properly. The LinkedIn takes you to the LinkedIn. So HackerRank, Dev2, whatever. So this profile now, when you see this and you see this, you will now assume that, oh, this brother is far better than me. I'm far better than you at optimizing myself. I'm not better than you in terms of skills, because you don't know how good I am. I don't know how good you are. You could be better than me, but just because you don't look better than me, I'll get picked over you. Does that make sense? So like you can like know how to write the code, you can know how to write all that, you can know how to make dashboards, but like the way you dress is the way you be addressed. You can't be very if you are very rich and you dress like a tout. Sorry. And if you're not rich and you dress like a rich man, you'll be addressed as a rich man. That's how it is. So me, I've dressed like a rich man to just make it look like, oh, me, I'm a senior man. I'm not a senior man. So I have you probably won't see as many repositories, but try to your GitHub shouldn't just be, oh, it looks cool. It also needs to, like, you need to put projects there, like projects that are well documented. So like, okay, you've seen my face, you've seen this, but where are the skills now? So document your code. ChatGPT has made everything easy. So you could just tell ChatGPT to just write you the documentation. So like this repository, you don't know if what I did works or not, but you are seeing this. So you assume this is a finished project. You assume this code works. You assume, oh, this is what this guy built. Let me open the LangChain script. This is the app. This is the models. I think this is where I used to save the models. Facebook DPR. This is the Streamlit app. Blah blah. So when you see my code base, you think, this guy is, you know, understand? Like the code is not complete. I'm not done working on the project, but that's not what you think. What you think is that, oh, this is very nice. You scroll, you see how documented it is. Very proper. ChatGPT makes it easy. Document the code. Just copy your code to ChatGPT. Tell it, oh, document this code for me. Then create the README file on your project. Then this is it. So you just going to the code and looking at the code. You can tell that the code is correct. So that's all you need to know. The app doesn't need to run as long as it's here. So they could just see you, like the stuff you've worked on. I mean, you can't just come there and be doing rubbish. So I don't want to be answering questions you might have to ask yet. So I'll just keep it. Then if you don't now ask it, I'll answer. I'll just say it off the bat. So just fill your GitHub with well documented projects. Well documented. You Because if I was an employer, and because you're not working alone, you're working with a team. So I won't expect you to be writing code for a company and not documenting your code, because everybody needs to know what you're doing. Everybody needs to understand the features you worked on or this kind of thing you did. So always document. Is good for like being able to work in a team. It shows you are able to share knowledge and know how to express what you've done. So it's very important. Document. If you can't document, it's a problem. It's a problem. You find it very, very hard. Then off to off to the CV. So this is my CV. It should be a page. I don't know how to make it a page. Honestly, it's harder than it looks. I don't know how people do it. Maybe they reduce the font size. I've not figured it out. But yeah, this is my CV. So now this brings me back to the skills part. Um, these are skills. Let me see if I can zoom in. Uh, you see these things that were bold, like in bold. These are skills: machine learning, data manipulation and analysis, mathematics and statistics, neural networks and deep learning, large language models. These are skills. A lot of people go to their skills and write R, Python, Power BI, Tableau, blah 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 blah. Like, why are you writing Power BI and Tableau? Because trust me, that company does not need you to use both. And you saying you use both is just unprofessional, because you should have your skill set. That's what I mean. Like, you should have an identity, not, oh, I can do anyone you want. You understand? So yeah, you don't just come to your skills and just spam buzzwords. You're spamming. You just wrote Git, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Python, R, SQL, Pandas, NumPy. Like, those are buzzwords. It almost looks as if you are just trying to pass the CV algorithm, that it's just catching those buzzwords. Better still, you should put these words inside your CV, then add them as your skills. My skills are machine learning, supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning. I'm very sure, even, I don't know if there are any ML engineers here, but data manipulation analysis is the skill, not Python. Python is not the skill. Python is the tool you use to do the skill. So I feel like there'll be a lot of people getting that wrong. So yeah, if you could fix up experimentation and hyperparameter tuning, those are skills. So I have my education. Education doesn't really matter. It's just like a, oh, he has gone to school. So education is just more of you showing commitment to something. If you did not go to school, it's not that like, will I employ somebody that has been to school? I'll employ him on the basis that he has been educated. He spent that many years committed to a cause. That's what I'm employing you for, rather, not because you have the degree. So somebody that wasn't able to commit to school, you dropped out. I cannot really trust you in my company's hands. Sorry. Um, Volunteering, that's at the bottom because it's the least important. Then yeah, these are the experience. So there's one thing um you should notice here. There are a lot of figures. There are a lot of figures. You can see 10%, GPT 3.5 turbo, 15%, 11, 5K emails, 20,000, 20% improvement, 35% improvement. These are metrics. You understand? These are metrics. You can't just come and tell me, oh, I conducted explanatory data analysis for a financial client. Identified. Let me take this. Now, a lot of what we do is this thing I've highlighted. Conducted EDA for a financial client, identify key market trends. So this is what a lot of people just put on their CV. Now you've done this, but what was the result? You need to write the result there. You need to write that, okay, what I did, it's not pointless. And also companies, they tend to prefer people who can validate metrics, like you check your performance, because the people who check performances are project managers, hiring managers, and all that. They check your performance, but you showing that you check your performance yourself, you are aware of your performance, is also very, 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 very good. So you say conducted EDA for a financial client, identifying key market trends that contributed to 15% increase in sales and 10% improvement in profit margins. So you see how those two things make that bullet points meaningful. Without them, the bullet point is very meaningless, because you can't say you conducted EDA and so, like, you conducted EDA and I conducted sentiment analysis on a social media data. People just say it like that, conducted analysis on social media data. As you have to say what you did, what it did. You understand? Like, you can't just say what you did and how did it have an effect. You understand? And you could also say, how did you get that metrics? So now let's break it down to three. This is what I did. I conducted sentiment analysis on social media data. So what was the result? Leading to a 20% improvement in understanding customer sentiment and brand reputation. This is the result. Then how did I get that metrics? How do I know there was a 20% improvement? As confirmed through sentiment analysis and customer feedback. So when you see this line, it says a lot. It says what you did, what impact it had, and you confirming it actually had that impact because you checked through customer feedback. So I think we should all look into our CVs, and then you have to add metrics to your performance. You elevated company productivity by over 20%. You can't, I wish there was a way I could cover something. You can't say I elevated company productivity, dynamically infusing advanced. This by over 20%, it makes this bullet point about 5 times better. Because when your CV is just looking plain and like it doesn't dazzle me, it doesn't look colorful, it just looks like words, like I'm reading an essay. Like, you don't impress me saying you led a cross-functional team or you built a dashboard. or you've done fraud detection, you've done, I don't really care like what result did you get. You understand? You have to be results oriented at the same time. You can't just be saying what you did. Say what you did and what it did. Let's let's look into that. Like now, look at architected if Fortify cloud infrastructure will reduce downtime by 30% and lend to a remarkable 100% uptime. This is a bullet point, not I built a dashboard with Tableau. That's not a, that's not a this thing. So on my CV, I have my email, I have LinkedIn, I have my website, and I have my GitHub, and they all work. I hope they don't work is going to be a problem. Like they all work. Um, so I just put them there because it's to just once you give a recruiter stuff to click. Let's say my recruiter looked at this, he clicked this link, he saw this, he saw my profile, he clicked this, it took him somewhere. So what happens is that this person is taking an experience through your life. He's literally growing through you. So when this person goes to his sheet and writes a short list, he's going to remember this person. Why? Because he went to this person's GitHub, he went to this person's whatever, he went to this person's LinkedIn, he kept clicking buttons, and the buttons were taking him to different places. So that's just like an experience for him because he's impressed every step of the way. So a recruiter that goes through my profile will not easily forget me. You understand? He won't easily forget me. So adding links to what you've done is also important. Then what can I add from the CV before I skip? Um, I think I'll just leave it at like there with the CV. Let's not make it too long. Don't make it too long. Don't make it too short. Um, always read for typos. I made a very big mistake once. I spelled Hugging Face wrong, and I just beat myself up for it for a long time. So just make sure you have no spelling errors. You could just copy and paste. Ask ChatGPT, are there any typos in this text? Because I don't want to be reading like now conducted EDA and then I misspelled financial. It's already like a big turn off. Like if there's a typo, typos are very irritating. Like trust me, because if I'm opening a lot of CVs as a recruiter, I'm opening CVs and I see you misspelled financial, I close my eyes, I come back here, I saw another typo which is remarkable. I'm just going to X that CV because it's making my day hard because it's very irritating. So yeah, so we've gone through GitHub, LinkedIn, and then the CV. So we've used about 40 minutes or thereabouts. So I'll start taking questions. So let me hand over to Toby.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You can hear me?
yeah, I can.
Okay, okay. So, guys, if you have questions, please can you just drop in the chat box if you have any questions. Maybe something he has not covered or something you had questions about. And if probably you want to ask it, like you actually want to say it, you can send me a DM. So I'll just share the link for you to join in so you can ask the question, please. We have very, it's already like I think on my end it's 12:45, so we have 15 minutes. So we just need questions. Kristen, do you have questions? Margaret, Sarah, Eromo. I can't see everyone. Okay. Yeah, I can't see everyone on the call. Does anybody have questions? You guys have to have questions. Yeah. There's no way after everything I shared, you know, have questions. Probably how to build a portfolio. Even this is GitHub that is showing like this. There should be questions on it. Okay. I've not seen any questions. Or is it like network.
I'll hold for like 3 more minutes so that I'll just add something and then just I mean a lot of people are probably like they don't know what to ask. Like it happens because sometimes I
Probably,
want to ask questions but like I don't.
yeah, probably if they don't have questions now, they'll have it later when they reward the video, or you can just ask it in the group. Yeah, so let's just
Yeah, so I'll just say something that is brief and then just round up. So if you have any questions on the README file, like how to get this on your GitHub, so there's a website to get this. So that's because it's basically HTML code. It's just HTML. You create a repository with the same name as your GitHub username. So this is IODG. The name of the repository is IODG. So you insert the HTML code inside. So where can you get the HTML code? Um, yeah, this is this is it. So I'll probably give Toby the link. Um, this is the repository I used to generate mine. So you could just include your title, your subtitle, how to reach me, your skills. Just add the skills that you have. Then at the bottom, add your links, your social, your Twitter. I don't think you should add Instagram, but yeah, hacker rank and whatever. Then add-ons, display, GitHub streaks, whatever one you want. Then once you click generate README, you take all these things and give you HTML code. So you copy the code, take it back to LinkedIn and create a README file, then put it inside, then paste. Then when you commit, your GitHub will look like this. So this will just push this down, but I mean it's all still part of the page. But yeah, I feel like this looks more attractive than how it used to be. So yeah, this is all on this. So if there are any questions, you could just ask Toby. Toby would reach out to me and I would respond promptly. So yeah.
okay. Thank you so much, I did you. Thank you so much. I think I myself have learned a lot. Okay, one question just dropped. Yeah. Aside from that, I even wanted to ask you. Okay, you said you were going to share that HTML this thing with me.
Yeah,
So
the link.
I'll be waiting for that. So the question, can you see it on your end?
Yeah. For someone who doesn't have how do you put any work experience related to so I'm not sure I don't know if you could join us on speaker so that I could talk to you because there are a lot of different things.
Okay,
Um
sorry, please. Who is this? Can you just send me a message on WhatsApp so I share you the link to join you? Who is that?
okay, so there are internships. You could work as an intern. So the thing is, when you don't have any real world experience, you shouldn't be, should I say, compare yourself with other people and be like, oh, this guy is making this amount of money. I want to make this amount of money. Like you don't know the person's journey. So like you have to face your own. You are competing against yourself, not competing with anybody else. So what is that you need to get internships first. Um, you don't even need to be paid. Like I've before this call, I told Toby because the company reached out to me and I was like, even if they don't even pay me, I'm going to go because it looks very nice on my CV. So all I can say is if you have a friend that has a company or you know somebody that could just get you somewhere, you could just reach out to the person and say you want to intern there. You don't ever go with the prospect of money. Like forget money for now since you're just a beginner. The money is going to come. So you just go there and get experience first. So I don't feel you should just put rubbish on your CV. So once you intern at let's say one organization, two organizations, then you are good to go. Like you are the door is wide open. But you need it doesn't even matter. It doesn't need to be that long. You can intern for 3 months at one, intern at 1 year at one or less. As long as you have that experience there, it doesn't really matter how long. It's just to make your CV not look empty. So in that 3 months, you can write a lot. Like you did a lot in these 3 months. So that's more on your CV. The other one, you were there for 7 months. That's a lot on your CV. And you've also helped yourself helped yourself out. So you add your those experience. So I can't really say where you get this experience from. I know a lot of people who do stuff like HNG, Zuri, Ingressive for Good, those kind of things, and they actually put on their CV. Because if I do Ingressive for Good, that's Zuri, whatever. I think most of us should know it. I can actually put Zuri in my this thing because it's an internship. You understand? Like, and the truth is that not too many companies reach out to that company and say, "Did this guy actually work here?" It doesn't really happen. It's not it's not that deep. You understand? So like you just go there, do the Zuri, whatever, do the HNG stuff. They give you tasks, they train you, you do tasks back to back to back to back to back. Because what somebody learned in a year, see, you can learn it in a month because the person's year could have been him waking up, going to eat, watch the movie, then maybe he did 2 hours a day or he did 1 hour a day. You can't compare it to somebody who grinds, wakes up, grinds, wakes up for hours. Like, yes, so your own is 1 year, but that guy is 1 month. He has done a lot more than you. So don't look at somebody and say this guy has been doing it for 2 years. Like now, I've been doing A and ML for a long time, but there are people who just started last year. They will talk to me like eyeball to eyeball because in that 1 year, the things they've amassed is unimaginable. So you just need to work hard. You need to get internships, and then you need to work hard on yourself. You need to be very valuable. You are respected if you are valuable. That's just the truth. So yeah.
Okay, so I think is already in the wants to ask the question. Yeah, I've added the QD. Can I?
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, yeah, I I work as a mathematics teacher in a
Sorry,
secondary school,
QD,
and
please. You have to mute your. I think you are also watching
yeah,
on YouTube.
that's already.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I work as a mathematics teacher. I'm just transitioning into data analysis and the like. Sorry for the background noises, my baby. So I do not have any experience, as a data analyst, and I've been trying to get internships. I wouldn't even mind unpaid internship whatsoever. I've been on LinkedIn trying to get internship, whether paid or unpaid, just to have that experience, but it has not really been forthcoming. So I do not know. And on my CV, I just have experiences that I worked as a teacher and some other experiences that are not really related to data analysis, and it feels some way. Sure, you understand. So I would like you to you know talk about how to get those internships, and what other certifications can you recommend to as a data analyst, somebody transitioning into data analysis, that one can add to the CV to make it still look awesome again.
Okay, that's a very good question. So I mean Toby is going to answer the majority of this question because I'm not really a data analyst. I can't really speak on the data analyst POV about what certifications you need and all that. But um just consider this a new beginning because once you start with this, you have to forget teacher the teacher role. That's the that's the end of that on this new CV. This The data analyst CV is going to start from a new beginning. It's not going to be a continuation of your previous experiences, unless maybe you want to. Well, it could be useful if you want to work for places like, should I say, Hacker Rank. They do stuff like teaching, so you could work as a data analyst who mentors people. There are roles like that. So you could also fine tune your CV when it comes to that. But this is going to be a new beginning. So Toby is going to tell you how to get started.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so for me, right, I would say when it comes to like starting out in data analytics from another field, it depends on the role that you are coming from. So if you are coming from project management, we have some data analysts that actually well experienced in data analysis, but they start diving into project management. That's because of, for some roles you could hear something like analytical manager when it has to do with maybe even as a data analyst you are managing teams. You need to have some kind of agile knowledge, some scrum, just understand project management and some things around it. So when you have that knowledge, it helps you to be able to fit in into the field that you are. So when it comes to teaching, like I did is shared, I think that's the only application where it would be. But if you're actually looking at it professionally, teaching is probably not going to be in your CV because of it's maybe when you find a job that needs a teaching role, then you say, "Oh, I have actually been a teacher." Then you make it. Maybe you make two CVs. The day you ever find a job that needs you as a teacher, maybe a data analyst tutor, you can send that one. But as a data analyst that you want to put your CV out there, I don't think teaching would really be like the like you have to start a new afresh. Starting afresh is needed for fields that probably don't fit in. You can't say somebody who is making food, who was maybe selling food now and wants to go into data analytics would add, or somebody who is selling air would put sales. So you get like it depends on the field. But somebody who was doing project management, somebody who was doing software engineering can say they did software engineering and because you're working with a team of that have that skill, so you it will be of good application. We have people in our community. We have Oyinda Mola, even one of the community managers and even an admin. He is very strong in software management and he actually also does data science well. So that's where it blends. You get so that helps him to be able to understand some concepts when it comes to data structures and algorithm, when it comes to different things. So I think that's it.
Okay.
That's
First of all, Toby, you enter me small because I also that I teach. So I know it's coincidental, but it's just funny. Okay, so the other question is now, according to Ayo, it makes sense for you to first of all get internship so that those are the things you can start your CV to start building your CV on. Now, how do we apply for these internships? How do we, what are those organizations that we should be looking at to applications for internship? Whether it is because me, I'm so big on just hands-on experience, professional hands-on now. I do not mind if you take 3 months, 6 months, it's all the money for me. The money would be a plus, but even if it's not there, how do you get that experience? That you can start building the foundation towards, and then when they ask for your now, you do not even have any experience related to that sells food and does teaching. I cannot put, things on my CV. So literally, CV will be blank because I do not have any experience, work experience around it. So then that would now make me focus on internship. So if I'm focusing on internship, like I would like you guys to recommend where we can be looking out to get internship opportunity, how we can because even internship yeah, before they can give you, the opportunity. So how do we go about that?
okay. So I think Christian even just shared that in the comments section. So one of the places I always recommend is Forage. But except from Forage, right? When it comes to starting out in a new field and you're talking about okay, as I'm now starting out in a new field, I'm going to have a fresh CV. How do I get a job? So, firstly, you are going to build a project-based CV, right? A CV that kind of focuses on things you have worked on, not on roles you have filled. So that's going to contain a lot of your projects. So you can use, I think Data Camp helps with doing that. A lot of people that just started in data analytics what they used to be their portfolio and all is data camp, and it's really nice for a start. So I would say you build a project based CV which will contain projects you have worked on. Like I did, you already shared, you measure what you're able to do with the project, and that has to do with the KPIs. Probably my analysis, I was able to, if probably you did maybe an ML analysis and you're able to improve the model or something. If you did HR analysis, you're able to say that okay, this is the rate of attrition. So you just expatiate on that. But I would say when it also comes to internships, you can look forward to companies like Detalium, Tenalytics, Analytics, entry level. I think you can also go to platforms like Udacity. I think Udacity has some, but Udacity is not. You cannot compare Udacity with Coursera and Udemy. Try to
Yeah,
do
there is
some course.
ALX. There is, I think ALX is free.
Yes, there's ALX. ALX. Those are
Yeah.
internships too that you can do. There's I think HNG is adding data science this December. You can, yeah, I think that's one of the best for you to enroll for, because it's really test your, it will give you a very good stuff. I think Damola, please, can you, okay, Damola is muted, but he shared something. He said,
Yeah, this is you mentioned. You can help us share it on the WhatsApp group or somewhere or on the live whatever, so that's okay. Write the number of screen to
oh,
move
okay,
forward.
so Damala shared that you can check out. I've not heard the platform before. Let me paste it in the comment section on what you just shared. He said, I don't know if you have seen it in the comment section what I shared.
Okay,
I have.
yes.
He said for data analysts and data scientists, so you can check that out. You can also check forage. I mentioned forage. I think you will just will do. I would I would share it to the group. My phone is. I'll share
So
it to
can you
the
guys
group.
hear me? I want to confirm you guys can hear me.
Yes, 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 you can.
Okay, so I just looked up quickly, like while we were on the call. I know of a lot of veteran internships, so I just checked one. I shared it to the chat, but maybe Toby will share it to the group chat later. It's from Data Glacier, so it's a veteran internship that is self-paced. So they offer for data analysts and data scientists, and they'll teach you tools from Python to like basically like all the tools that you require as data analyst and data scientist will be taught. So I shared the link. I can drop the link again on the chat, maybe Toby can copy it and it's in a good chat. So, and it's everybody that wants to benefit from it. It's for both data analysts and data scientists.
Yeah.
All right, then lastly, another thing should be like you need a, I call it a rival. You need to have somebody that is oppressing you. Not somebody like not somebody like Toby. Toby has gone. So somebody that is also beginning like you. But like the person is also very hardworking. So I have one of my friends, his name is Sean. I feel like a lot of us know him. He's very, very hardworking. You if you text him at 3 a.m., he's going to reply. And you'll be like, why are you still awake? He said, I'm working on one project. You get that kind of thing. When you have somebody around you like that, that two of you just work together, you'll be more motivated to work because why are you sleeping at 1 year? I mean, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but like you work harder than you should because even though you're comparing yourself with yourself and like, okay, what's the difference between me and me then? I've improved. That's the way you should judge yourself. But like when it comes to development, I'll just recommend you have, should I say, a partner, somebody that when you text him, he's working because what is going to be on your mind is, oh, this person is working, let me work as well. Because that person will also push you to work. The person would even want to help you out because if the person wants to start something new, he will easily just text you, guy, I want to start this. Let's do it together. Guy, I want to start this. Share you will start too so that we can work on it together. You see that kind of thing. That thing helps you develop more than you would by yourself. Because there will be some days you would want to stop, you want to
Mm.
give up. Even the person too want to stop. But it just happened to be that two of you will not want to stop on the same day. So on the day where you want to stop, him is working hard. On the day when he wants to stop, you are working hard. So Nobody's going to stop. Two of you are just going to keep pushing yourself. It doesn't need to be two people. It can be more than that. That makes the oppression even more. So me, I recommend that highly.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. And what are the rules to posting dashboards on LinkedIn? What are the rules? Toby.
Posting dashboard. I think firstly you have to ensure that like basically what a dashboard should accomplish. I think everything IODJ has been sharing, you can always apply it to anything you're doing, like in in data, right? You have to ensure that your dashboard makes sense now, like you achieve the KPIs, you are able to explain well, document everything that you're documenting. Try to also, if possible, you tag the companies, maybe the company that you got the data from, or the company that you're trying to solve the problem from for. I think because for me, right, that has helped me. Let me give an example. I think it was 2021 or 2020 when before I did an internship with Quantum Analytics, I found one of the data sets on their website and I worked on it and I tagged them and they saw it and they were like, wow. And that got me into conversation with their founder, that's Jonathan Osai, because he really liked it, and that was an Olympics dashboard. So you don't know who would see your work when you, and if you need support, you can always share your dashboard when you do it. Share it to the community. It would help you like I would say like subscribe, but it will help you like and share. Then when we like it, we also you can also tag data fellows, repost it and all. Yes, and about even partnering with people like Didi was saying to challenge yourself. I think the question that somebody will have now about partnering with people is, okay, where do I find these people that will challenge me? We have a community, for God's sake. You should connect with people. You see people post, you can see somebody post something that is really attractive. Somebody will post maybe an Excel dashboard, and you're like, wow, you have questions, oh, but you not ask. You message the guy and be like, hey, how far? I saw your dashboard in the group. How did you arrive at this? And he says, okay, I'm kind of busy, let's book a call for, and from there you have a body. For me, one of my bodies for a long time has always been Damola, is even on this call. I can remember we did entry level internship together. Damola is a data engineer, but as at that point, he also has to have data analyst experience prior to becoming a data engineer. So we did entry level this thing, which was for I think 6 months or something, and 6 months or 3 months, I can't remember, sir. But anyways, you like we're up all nights doing challenging ourselves together, and that at the point sef, I couldn't complete some tasks because of I was doing that at that time. I was also doing my industrial experience, that's sideways, but he challenged me, we challenged ourselves, we finished it. So having a body will actually help you to stand on your feet when you feel like you are falling. You get, yeah. So that's it. I don't know if that answers your question. TJOG. I think we'll have to go because there are a lot of questions now. So it says transitioning from agric industry. Try remove my experience from my LinkedIn profile or tutor to show analytics skills I demonstrated on the job. So yeah, if like I was sharing, was it Wednesday or when we had the last session? I was saying that if you are in a field that is different from data analytics and you are still in that field, or you probably like you just want to show the application of how data analytics can be shown in that field. So I was working with in response to your own field, say agri industry. I was working with an agrotech company during my IT, and yeah, they do a lot of analysis for farmers and all of that. So if you can showcase that with data analytics, that's very fine. That's very fine. You can actually add that. Just ensure you tailor it. You can call the role probably I don't know what they call data analysts that work in, in agri industry. I don't know what they call them, but you can call it that.
Yeah, so basically, I think what I have to contribute is that there's what you call domain knowledge. So it's more or less like you using your own skills in that field. So it makes at least it makes you more should I say your role is more specific, so you might not have that many opportunities, but at least that'll be your niche. You understand? So let's say you are a nurse who wants to be a data analyst. If you keep the nurse movement, is your domain knowledge. So you could be like a medical analyst or like pharmaceutical analyst or something like that. So you could keep that domain knowledge and just build on it. You understand? Like since you are into the agri industry, I mean, it depends on how you want to do it. Do you like the domain where you're at? If yes, then you can just like start working on projects that actually reflect agriculture as well. You could just do an analysis on something that is about agriculture. Then at the same time, you could actually transition, like it will show growth. You understand? So like you could go from being a, I mean, you have a poultry, then you start analyzing poultry animals, you start analyzing stuff. Then boom, your next experience may not even be like agricultural. It could just be like something that is analysis, but like maybe pharmaceutical for some reason. But like on your CV, it's, I mean, it doesn't really align, but it's not they're not opposites. It just shows your domain knowledge and it shows growth about how you moved from this to this to this. It tells a story. You understand? So like you have that domain knowledge and you also have the skill. You understand? Like you're able to merge the two. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you have answered that very well. So, Christian, you can just confirm if that's okay. I think we really have to answer all the questions as fast as possible. As a data scientist, does cargo projects count on beginner's CV when looking for internships? I did you.
What as data science? No, I don't even have a Kaggle account. I don't even have a Kaggle account. Um, you how do I answer this question? Kaggle is just like a community as well. I feel like Kaggle is very specific. If you ask me, like it's very specific. So no, you don't need Kaggle projects. You need projects. You understand? Like your projects can be anywhere. They can be on Kaggle. They can be on GitHub. They can be on Google Colab. They can be on Jupyter Lab. It doesn't matter where you put them. It could be on what do you call this place? This repository too that is like GitHub. I forgot the name, but like it could be anywhere. Like I feel that Kaggle is just like a place where you have a group of people who are all into data science and then they all do stuff, post stuff there. But I don't use Kaggle at all. The only thing I use Kaggle for is to get data sets and then to look at people's notebooks. See, I recommend Kaggle for like if you're just getting started to data science, like go to Kaggle, you see a lot of codes, thousands, probably millions of code. You can just read code and I mean for fun, if you're like me, if you're weird. But yeah, you can just read code and then you can, but I don't think uploading to Kaggle or doing what they do on Kaggle is that important. Kaggle is just like lead code or HackerRank or those kind of communities. What you do there doesn't really matter. It's not that relevant. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think Andrew, I think that has answered that. Um, Gani Joshua, Rani, so it's very challenging when someone asks you what inside you can derive from visualization. Is there any? Oh, okay. So I did. Do you want to go first for this?
It's always challenging when somebody asks you what inside you can do. Well, I don't I don't read. I don't read. Um I watch I watch movies. And now here's the thing. Not every movie is pointless. There are movies that like give you a mindset. Like for example, um if you are younger than me, don't watch this movie, but yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. It teaches you how to achieve things because that guy he came up from nothing, literally like a business world. So it teaches you how to communicate, how to talk to people. You understand, like how to convince people, stuff like that. It's an extraordinary movie. So I don't read. I prefer visuals because books are very long. Like what's in a book, I can watch it in an hour. You understand? And it will take me days to read. So yeah, there are movies. Like not every movie is actually stupid. There are movies that all these Emmy award winning movies or all these Oscar winning movies. They are not all these Batman, Superman. Those movies actually have this intellectual side to it. The people who wrote these movies are writing it the way they wrote books. But I mean, when you say books, I feel like you're talking about books like Why Nations Fail, Dangote's biography, and all that. But I'm sorry, I don't have any insight on that. I don't read. I just don't do it. It's very time consuming. And yeah, maybe when I want to become is when I'm a CEO or when I'm like at a higher position in life, then I would need that wisdom from books. But for now, I'm an employee. I don't need to know how to manage an office. So yeah, thank you, Toby.
Okay, so for me, right, I would say you can still keep on doing courses that can help you with that. Basically, one of the courses that I know you have probably done is the Google Data Analytics, and I think one of the reasons that is widely recommended for people that want to start out is because it has a very good pathway for people who want to start, whether you have not even heard of anything tech before, data analytics or anything, because it helps you develop your mind. Yeah, so you have like the way you should approach data. You should the way you should be able to talk to people when you are trying to like pitch your visualization, how you should ask questions, which is the first stage, like all those things. So courses still stand out as a big way of you trying to improve your critical thinking, and also you being able to challenge yourself, going out of the normal. Like for you to actually be able to critically think, you have to get into a position that allows you critically think. So if you are still doing guided projects and you have not challenged yourself to pick up a data set and actually find the KPIs yourself, you are cheating yourself, because that's how you start to think critically. You don't have to wait till somebody has to list out all the things, even put the name that you should bring out. You should bring out number of clients by gender, everything. They just baby you around. That's how you grow. If you want to grow, you get your hands dirty. Yeah. And I think most of these things were also shared in like the stuff we had on Wednesday. So like you have to go out of the scope and actually do something different. So that's my, I don't know if that answered you. Yeah. Okay. So what about HR consulting as a domain knowledge? Yes, you can. There are a lot of HR analysts, like a lot of people that try to analyze how staff retention and everything. Yeah. I think what's her name? I'm trying to remember the HR analyst that I know. Um LinkedIn. I'll check. I'll try to remember. But she's a very popular HR analyst. Yeah, she helps to is all aimed on companies, on just ensuring attrition rate, like ensuring that okay, people are okay. How do we retain staffs? How do we take care of staffs? Yeah, so you ensure that you do a survey. I think there was a time I was it a LinkedIn that I joined, then I understood okay how they actually, so most of the times if you are working with an HR analyst, you always receive surveys. So all the surveys I receive in companies where they ask you, do you like how we are treating you? Yes, no. Would you tell us what you think you would want to see in the next future? All those questions. So an HR analyst, all the person does is to bring that data analytics that they know and use it to solve HR problems. So at the end of the day, they will come and they will look at the company and say, okay, oh, this is what we are getting feedback. So the whole sense is just work on your feedback. Yeah, as a HR analyst, you work on your feedback in the company, ensure that you can tell the company when they are bringing you in and tell them that okay, I see that as a 2020 you had this number of staffs. Right now we're having a lot of staffs japa, and I have the so the japa syndrome. As an HR analyst, you should be the one to solve it. Let me just end it like that. Yeah, so you can apply it into HR. You can apply it into HR. Yeah. So I did it. Somebody's asking this.
Wolf, yeah, the second one. Wolf of There's a Space Between Wall and Street. It's a Leo DiCaprio movie. His movies are always very, very intellectual. So you can learn a lot from it. Like it helps you be smart because there are some decisions that you would want to make, but then you would be thinking about the ethical side of it. I mean, you need to put a line to it. Like you need to be able to make decisions. You understand? Like it's not always surface because the people who are successful, it's not always going to be surface. You need to go the extra mile. You understand? So I watch a lot of movies like that. I don't watch. I've not watched Endgame till now. So when I say movies, I'm not talking about the cartoon baby stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
that-
so
that-
please, I am getting to know that there are some questions that are not answered. Please, if I have not answered your question, please, Ejo, have to go up again and check. God's favor, I don't know if you are still on the live. Has a question been answered? I think the same question from QD was the same question you asked. Yeah. So I'll be expecting if you think your question has been answered. For Spirit, and we already answered this. What advice will you give to someone who wants to send their CV for an internship role? Okay, so what I will give is put a lot of projects that you know you can defend. A lot of projects that you know you can defend. Please don't put a project that you know was guided. Thank you. And even if it was guided project, please try to make it different. Don't go and cast yourself. And I don't want to seem like I'm trolling somebody, because even me, I was going through GitHub because I actually used to FORK. I don't want to say the word before people will say I used to. If I say the word, yeah, they think that it's that word. But yeah, there's something called FORK on GitHub. I don't need to pronounce it, yeah. But like, yeah, I actually do that from some people's repository and all. So there was a time that I saw somebody's bike analysis. I think it was on Python. I really wanted to just like look at the code you get. And since the person already made it public, Kinche, it's not like as if I stole. So I just copied the repository. But that doesn't mean that you see me put any project on my this is an alright bike analysis, or I'll just no. It's because of I just want to learn from it. So yeah, so you should be able to remake what you learn from. Don't just be a copy and paste. That's the core of the matter. So ensure that you put out projects that you can defend and projects that make sense, and be able to also pitch yourself well, even as an intern, be able to pitch yourself well, like what you can offer, because nobody is ready to hire a liability. Even though they are saying we are looking for 0 to 1 experience, Kinshekpe, you come and be occupying space, you must have something to offer. So you to ensure that you are somebody who can add value. Try to add value, try to connect to people, network. Yeah, that's what brings you out of the shell. So I don't know.
Then our own contribution will be cover letter. You need a cover letter, and I've not really applied to internships. I just have a very not a very good network, but like a decent network. People who I can just text to just make something happen. But I feel like if you're applying to a role where you have no connections to, you need a cover letter because I think I saw this one somewhere. It was somebody who used the cover letter to apply. So the person just like um their hiring manager, this is who I am, this is kind of role I am that I want to do, this is what I can do. The person literally added that she doesn't want to be paid. I'm not saying you should do that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. You should just do more research because I don't have much experience. I'm just saying what I've seen. So the person just wrote a cover letter that just, okay, the hiring manager probably saw it and was like, okay, come on board because at least we're not going to be paying you. And from the looks of things, you actually know what you're doing. So you can just join the team that is already existing here and they can just be giving you work because that's how teams work. The senior person will just be giving the junior person work to do. Senior people are enjoying. Glory be to God. But yeah, you just write a cover letter, nothing long. Like it doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be short. Somebody can just look at it and say, okay, it's short. Let me just read it. Then you read it and are like, okay, the CV, the CV and cover letter should be together, so they can just like paint a picture of the kind of person you are. So yeah.
All right. So about him saying whether it is a good thing or bad thing to say you don't want money, I think just look at the company. You can be saying Microsoft is telling you to come and do internship, and what you're looking at is if they offer you money, you and you're an intern, add that to your CV, right? Yeah. So it's very, I think it's very straightforward. You just have to wait, wait, and know, okay, would I, as like me saying I am not getting, because you later, if you do well, you later quickly get a lot of money. Yeah. So I think that's all. I've I've not seen any other question, and I don't know if, let me check WhatsApp if there are any questions. Yeah, there's no question there. So if you have any other questions, please drop it now. If there's no question, we'll just end the live. Okay. And if maybe, okay, I don't think I'm seeing any question. Okay, okay, okay. He says if there are no more questions, then I think we can call it a day. Let me just check through the chat once more. Okay, okay. This is QD. Oh, we already shared about the platforms. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's all. I think we answered all the questions. Okay. So guys, I think we are done for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, share, like, so that you can stay updated with more of Data Fellows content. Yeah. So it was nice. I think we have spent at least, we've spent, this is almost on our 30 minutes now, because it's almost 1:30. I'm sorry by 12. So wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I really hope you learned something new. I myself, I learned something. And please, Ayodichi, because Ayodichi is a very busy guy. After this call like this, now he has like 10 meetings to go for, or maybe I'm even, maybe it's even more. But anyways, please, Ayodichi, share that HTML stuff you are meant to share,
All right, let me
because I
send it
also
now
need
because
to rebrand.
I'll
Yes,
actually forget.
I
Let
need
me
to
send it
rebrand
now.
my Git.
I
Yeah,
think I'll
thank
just.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys. We have, okay, yeah, what do you want to say? Okay, no problem.
Me?
So we have a lot of other things coming up, and no, I'm not talking to you. Did you please just do what you are meant to do? Send it. So yes, we have a lot of other things coming up. I really hope you stay and always attend. Thank you so much, guys. I think I've said that like 10 times. So bye. We'll end it now. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.